Tilim together, tzedakah together. Togetherness is what brings the Beis Hamikdash, what brings us the rebuilding of the temple, especially these days where we mourn the destruction of the temple. Talking about the destruction of the temple, I want to point out to you an interesting halacha. There is a halacha that says that we're not allowed to destroy anything. It's called Baal Tashchis. It's a biblical command. As an example, it says clearly, one is not allowed even just to destroy a plant for no reason. One who breaks vessels, tears clothes, demolishes a building for no reason is called Lo Tashchis, Baal Tashchis. So here's my question. The first temple was destroyed in the year 3338 from creation. The second temple was destroyed by the Romans on the very same date, Tisha B'Av, 490 years later. Now, that was with God's permission, obviously. Nothing like this could have happened. Nothing happens without permission, obviously. Specifically, the destruction of the temple. And God says, I let my anger go out on the wood and stones. How could he do this? Baal Tashchis. He cannot destroy anything. In particular when it comes to the temple. There is a biblical prohibition of destroying anything from the temple. Pasuk says, you shall not do so to the Lord your God. Says the Rambam that this refers to destroying something from the temple. You know what? Even the shul. If we have a shul, we're not allowed to destroy it. So how can God, so to say, transgress his own laws? Twice, the first and the second temple. But here lies the answer. What is called destruction and what is called rebuilding? Sometimes destruction is part of the rebuilding. If you want to renovate your home, you cannot just leave the house that is and renovate it. You need to demolish completely or partially, depending what kind of situation it is, and rebuild, enhance, beautify it, enlarge it. In fact, regarding the laws of Shabbos, we have that if one destroys for the purpose of rebuilding, then this destroying is not called destroying, it's called building. We're not allowed to tear something on Shabbos. But there is no penalty for it. Fixing is what the main prohibition is. But if one tears something so as to fix it, that tear is part of fixing. It's not called tearing. God has said, I want the temple for what? For me to be present. In what sense? Eternally. So the first temple, the first temple was built by Shlomo HaMelech, a human being. The second temple was built under the auspices, under the leadership of Ezra and Nehemiah. 70 years exactly after the people came back from exile, Babylonian exile, after the destruction of the first temple. Both of those temples were built by humans. Anything by humans, anything done by humans is not eternal. It's called mortals. And indeed, the first temple was destroyed after 410 years. The second temple was destroyed after 420 years. The third temple is built in heaven. It is going to come down prefabricated, prefab, completely done. landing over here, exactly where, conversation for itself. But it's coming, it's done in a heavenly way, in the eternal fiber, so to say. So the destruction of the first two temples is not for the sake of destroying. It's for the sake of making both of them an eternal temple. And therefore, God is halachically permitted to do it. But God, it's been 2,000 years. Even the unionized construction builders would have been finishing it. So please, finish it, and finish it today.